We got rain last night, I think a good bit, I don't know. But there's going to be rain coming for 2 weeks, I think, off and on here. Not flooding like further west, but anyway, I decided to shut the water off here. I don't usually do that. I prefer to just let it go right through and do its thing, working down through the Zanjaria. But all I did was shifted a brick right here. And so now I'm running that water out that way. But you see it breached right away, so I'm going to fix that. I really do want now to dry it off here. I've cleaned them enough for now, and you see the same system will drain that as flood. Another thing down there at the blacksmith shop, I'll walk down there and show you what we did. But up first, I'm going to fix this breach and shut it off a little better. What I've had to do is give that water some other places to drop, other drop structures. So what I did is I patched this, although I'll probably have to come back and patch it again, but I gave it another hatch right there. There it can go out, because the Zanja itself isn't wide enough to carry all that water. And here's still another hatch that I opened up, and I opened one more there. Now out further there is one. But see, that way the burden of carrying all this water doesn't just rely on that one first highest Zanja. Now this one, the water's going to the left, which is what I want it to do. I want it, as I think I explained, I don't want it going down through there now. I want to dry that area off, which will be very hard to do given all the rain that's coming over the next 2 weeks. Over on this side, I don't have to worry so much about controlling or dealing with the erosion because it's not rooted up so much yet. So it doesn't matter how heavy the flow is of water down through there. It won't hurt anything. All right, I'm still gonna work my way down to show you the. Oh, I didn't show you. I opened a hatch there too. I didn't show you that. And this now is all stony going down through here, because really for years I had used this as a drop structure, so it won't erode more going down through here. That's one of the ways that I let the water down through here if it really I get worried about it. So I'll bring that back to life, I guess. Yeah, I certainly will. The Hawthorn Blacksmith Shop site. I'll get there in a minute. This building here, or platform, I think I'm going to take it apart. That has really the nicest of the timbers from that barn that burned. And what I used 2 really long ones. Well, see, this chestnut is not strong wood, but I think I'm going to take it apart. I was proud at the time that I could perch it on the edge of that bank, but I think I'll take it apart. I have different plans now. I was going to have a sideways or a water wheel there. I started the hub to turn in the direction that you see it, to come this way first before going on down to a second one there. But I've changed my mind on that too. I think I'm just going to have one really high water wheel, and I'm gonna now all that water that I'm letting down through is caught by that lower canal. I think I call that the transponding canal because it goes across a pond there, and it goes over to a water wheel there. Covered in the weeds, I'll roll them out so the weeds don't consume them. I'll get them back up. But there's a bunch of old farm machinery, stationary farm machinery here, going down through there. Maybe you can recognize some of it. And it's here waiting to be put on platforms. Those are basically machine parts. And in between these platforms and those platforms is where the water wheel is going to be. And that's why the 4x4s are stacked there. That's why the blocks are, all the material and stuff is here for it. And I'm certainly going to play with this water. It occurred to me that I can just use roofing and put a line of roofing from up there right down here and have a real strong waterfall right about here. That's where I was, and this is a Zanjaria that I'm draining now. I want it to go as dry as I can make it for the conditions. I wouldn't do that if I thought I had salamanders or frogs eggs in there, but down below there'll be plenty of water there. All right, now the blacksmith shop. Gabriel the homeless volunteered his time yesterday for me. He knows I don't have much money to pay him, but he said, hey, I'll work for free. We wanted to have a blacksmith shop. And so he got tired. He'd had a long week. He was tired by the time I left him off at his bridge. Anyway, there are the spots for the 12 posts, and we made these lower side double high because it might be easier, at least at the beginning, to just do it that way than to dig them down in. I don't know. We'll have to make this level, but to do that, see, it really ought to be drier than it's going to be for a while. He brought a lot of stuff over. One of the reasons he's tired, he wheeled it over with the wheelbarrow because it's too wet to get here with the pickup truck. But there's an old drill press, crank powered drill press, and there's he just kind of dumped the stuff here because he didn't want it to be in my way. There's a post vise, there's a crank blower for the forge, and there's a bunch of other stuff too. I don't know, I'll probably use that metal table because it's metal. We worked on a little bit on the bridge, which we have to build up in the woods in order to get the posts and a lot of the material for this building down here. We're kind of stopped by the wetness right now.